Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Today we are going to be swapping the rear end on my 3rd gen Eclipse. We're going to start by taking the e-brake cable out from the back, and I'll show you guys how I'm doing that. And so you can see your e-brakes right there. The first thing you're going to want to take out is your e-brake cable because it's not the same through the RS and the GT and GTS. And so it runs back through here, so I'm going to have to take that console out, but I'm going to go ahead and, I've already got the seat out, but I'm going to pull the carpet out right here so I can see where it runs back to. If it works, it works, you know. Just not gonna try to cut this.
Is that a pair of scissors?
Yeah, it's a pair of scissors. Can you see? See? Freaking undamaged. Okay. Now we're gonna take a look under here. Alright, I can see him in here. Let me see this. Right here, you can see that runs right there to that grommet right there. That's the e-brake cable, so we're gonna have to get that console out and then figure out how to get that out of there. There we go. Now that guy's out before I spill everything. Gonna dunk it back there, out of the way. Okay, now you can see down in here, this is your e-brake stuff right here. So I'm gonna get these screws out and get this console out. This isn't staying either. That's a project for another day though. So I got this long screwdriver. Now I've had these out a bunch of times, so it's not much trouble now. I put good ones in here, even though they're kind of gross looking. I just put them in there usually. All right. They shouldn't be, but I think those are the only ones for this. And that's gonna get this whole thing off. Oh, I gotta unplug. Don't forget to unplug your socket. Mine doesn't even work, so I forget about it. All right, I'm gonna toss that out here. Now we can see this. Got these guys. So, gonna pull the carpet up a little bit. You can see there, I think we gotta pull it out the bottom, unless I'm mistaken. That's right. So right now it's got pressure on it. You can let it off. Let's see if we can get these out. It's 1 and 2. All right, now these cables are out. See, I got the parts, most of the parts off of a junkyard car for the swap, but these are ones I had to buy because when I did the junkyard swap, the junkyard parts, I cut the cables. So I have not removed these before. I think we'll do that after it's disconnected. So now we're gonna go outside the car and see if we can get it jacked up and see what we're looking at under there. So a nice wooden block's gonna be good to have because it's gonna make sure we don't damage the new subframe going in. So. We want to put the jack stand on the frame rail if we can. So you can see I got a little bit of rust and crust here, but that's all right. It looks like this is too tall for the frame rail. We're gonna see how that goes right there. It looks like a pretty solid part of the frame, so we'll see. Now we're gonna take both the reels off. Gonna start on this side. I had like a nice camera and stuff that I was gonna use to record this, and I was gonna start this the other day, but my brother knocked the computer onto the ground and it broke the mic. So we're doing this the old-fashioned way with iPhone power.
Seems to be working fine.
Yeah, I mean, you can see me, you can hear me, hopefully. Unless things are like major league effed up.
Very PG.
Yeah. Keeping it PG for you guys. This is like half tutorial. Because I'm sure you guys, nobody's watching 3rd gen Eclipse videos unless they drive a 3rd gen Eclipse. So
half tutorial, half day in the life of
Day in the life of John. It's my name, by the way. Didn't say that. I'm not gonna redo that intro.
No.
I'll include the old one at the end if I do. Or something like that.
Keep all the bloopers.
Maybe I'll do it right now.
All right, do your intro.
What's up, gang? Welcome to the channel. My name's John, and today we're doing a rear end swap on a 3rd gen Eclipse from 4-cylinder with no sway bar to 6-cylinder. There goes our wheel. Toss that thing off to the side. You can see our main problem here. These guys exist. Then we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. The pull for the e-brake is right here. And so, according to the information I could find, the e-brake cables are not interchangeable. So I'm trying to find out if that is really true by doing this. And I'll put in all the stuff that I did at the start to get the e-brake cable ready to remove. Say goodbye, cameraman. Bye, cameraman. Okay, here's our brake line that we need to remove. And then we're gonna have to take this brake stuff off, see if we can get the e-brake out, to see if we actually do need to replace that or not. Also, this control arm I was not able to get from the junkyard, or torsion bought control, whatever this guy is, I don't remember. We're gonna need to take that off. So, well, we're gonna need to take it off from this side, because the rest of the entire subframe I have, except for this shock, which is brand new because I just put it on. So, we're gonna start getting this brake shoes off. This is the second time I've ever worked on disc brakes before, but if I remember correctly, you wanna take this guy right here, you wanna spin it without breaking it, so I'll probably have to compress that a little bit. And the same thing on this side, which I think I'll have to compress that one too. So, sorry, bad filming. Now I don't have any picks right now, so everyone say hi, screwdrivers. I'm gonna go ahead and try. Stick that in there. See if I can get some leverage there. There we go. There's that spring off. And then this one right here. I don't know if you guys can see that. There's another one right here that I'm just gonna... Yeah. That's off, which means... Is it off? Oh, boy. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, now. All that stuff's off. Now you can see down here, this is what the end of the e-brake cable looks like. It's got this little adjuster right here. We're gonna take that off just like... Okay, as you can see, this is where it slots in on the drum brakes. It's really short past this like grommet thing. And then this is for the disc brake conversion. You can see much longer. So they are not going to be interchangeable, which is okay. I had to plan on it anyway. All right, so that could look worse in there. This could look better. All right, so now that that's off, we can get. Oh God, there's so much more room in here now. So now we can get in there to that guy. All right, so we got this upper control arm out. Only broke 2 bolts. These 2 came out just fine. This one you won't be able to get to with the impact. This one you probably shouldn't get to with the impact. But was able to get those off. So now it's just the shock holding up this side, and then this brake line, which I need to figure out what we're gonna do with. All right, we called in some support on this guy. It's now broken loose, run all the way out and back in, just so we don't leaking brake fluid everywhere. But we used heat and a little bit of PV blaster after it was heated, before and after. Broke it loose, ran it back and forth until it was running smooth enough to clamp it back down. So now we know that's ready to go. Gonna do all this on the other side, hopefully not repeat this mess up here. All right, I was able to move that boot just a tiny bit off, so now I can, that's removed there. Just gotta take that guy off. Now I've already had these off because I replaced the suspension pretty early on to when I got the car. So they come off pretty easy for me. Just do that on these 2 bolts, or nuts, sorry. And you should be good on these rear shocks. These boots are a pain to get out. But there we go. Just get them both off and do that on both sides. Okay, so I've been filming a lot of stuff sideways, so the rest of this video might look weird. I kind of didn't think about that. But once you have both sides removed, shock, and your upper control line, and then this guy here, e-brake, and then this brake's about to go right here, you'll have just the subframe to remove, which involves 1 bolt here, 1 bolt right over there on the other side. So we're gonna get those ready to go, probably right after we get this brake replaced with our new caliper. Gotta re-brake this line, and we're gonna try to pull this off and swap them as fast as possible so as not to lose brake fluid. Oh, nothing comes out. Okay. Okay. Just gotta tighten this guy on. And now we got the caliper on. Okay, we already broke the bolts with a breaker, and so now I'm gonna use this to get the subframe nuts out.
Death trap.
Stop spinning. And then that again. That was fun. And now,
And then the other side?
I already did the other side.
Oh, now you just dropped the jack.
Drop the jack. So I think there should be speed sensor plugins under here. I don't know if this thing has speed sensors, but the V6 does. So we'll see. Yeah, look at that.
Why'd you say it like that?
Okay, we're back again for day 2. Today we're going to be swapping all the parts we need from over here to over here, and then getting the old e-brake cables in and the new ones. Old e-brake cables out, new ones in. Alright guys, we're back here for day 3 actually. I shaved my face. And we're going to be swapping over parts from here to here. So it should just be the shocks, and then I believe there was 1 bolt we were missing over here for this shock. So I'll get those swapped over, make sure that we're greasing in between spots, like right here. This will need greased where the shock mounts, and then all of our bolts that go through here and back here. And so I'll get that started and then get back with you guys. Now you can see right here, this is where that shock's gonna go on. I could probably clean it up a little bit better, but kind of on a time crunch, so you just want to put a little bit of grease on it. This will make sure that it doesn't get locked on, it doesn't rust straight to it. And that's about all you need. Now, next thing we gotta do is throw these shocks right on here, like, now they're on. Now, our next step is going to be removing the e-brake cable from the car. All right, now we're moving on to the e-brake cables. You're gonna have 4 total bolts you gotta remove. So, at the beginning I showed you how to disconnect it from the inside, from the actual lever. But now, we've got this part right here out. Now we've got to get these bolts in here. So there's gonna be one right immediately right here. Let me see there. Yeah, right there. And then there's 2 more farther back. And I will get under the car and show you guys those. Okay, now that we're under here, I'll give you guys a better look. Got this one coming from over here, runs to this one, back to here, and then back to here. Now, then it goes in right there. Now, on the other side, this one's a lot harder to get to because it's up here. You can see how rusty my car is. It's up here, and the exhaust is running right here. So it's kind of tough to get to, but with the right fittings and extensions and stuff, you can get it. So I'm gonna PB blaster these because I don't want to break another one off. I did on the other side, and then we'll get it. There's one inside that we have to get, and then we'll get it pulled out. All right, so living in the Midwest definitely has downsides. Broke this bolt, twisted this unrecognizably, and did that to that bracket. But our line's off now, so now we get to go inside the car and get the last bolt. Now, in most cases, I'm sure it would make more sense to come from the front up here and then back to here through down here, but this is not mine. I already started on the build a little bit before I decided I wanted you guys here. But so we have this harness bar, so I had to climb it from the back to get to it. I would love to be able to move this chair out of the way, but that's not in the cards. So you gotta get this cable off from here, like I said, and then pull this out of here. But I think that would be easier to do after we remove that right there. So easier to do the other side. So gonna get that removed, then I'll get back to you guys. Okay, so once I got that bracket off, this guy slid right out. So now I'm gonna pull it up through the carpet towards us. Alright, there. And then right here, there's this grommet, this little rubber grommet. I'm gonna have to get that out. I'm gonna push it out this way, since there's nothing in the way on here anymore, because that bracket, you have to pull it all the way off. And we're gonna get this shoved out and then start installing the new one. All right, to get that cable out, I just shoved it through up to the grommet right there, pulled it as far as I could. Then I had to push this metal bit in just a little bit more, and then the grommet was pushed out enough I could just pull it out. And I got the whole thing out. So now we go about installing the new one. All right, so I got the new cable in hand, and I'm gonna start by just putting it right in there, hoping it goes in pretty much without problem. Looks like it is for the most part. We might have to go to the top. All right, we're back at the top now. Just gonna pull this cable up through here. That'll make it easier to pull this rubber grommet through. Then we'll run it back under and plug it in up there. All right, back under here. Gonna shove that in the last little bit. And then, oh, there it went. And I'm gonna need 2 hands to put the grommet in. So, all right, guys. I went ahead and got in here. Got this guy connected right here. And I got this bolted on. The grommet's almost through, I think. I'm not sure. I'm gonna check the bottom. But I had to hold this in place while tightening this down to make sure it was at the right tension for this guy. So now we're gonna go. I'll do the other side and then we'll see what we got next. By the way, all the bolts on the bottom were 12 millimeters. And so was the one on top. All right, guys, so got the cables in, both sides. Now, what we gotta do is we're gonna put this subframe in place of this one. This one's going in. We're gonna have to take off these caliper brackets and rotors because we need to get under there to attach new e-brake cables. And then we're gonna bolt it down under there, get everything buckled back up, and then hopefully we'll be good to go. So I'll go get them. So we greased the studs and we're getting ready to throw the new subframe under there. Guys, with that, the subframe is officially bolted in. Now we're going to move to attaching the e-brake cable, this control arm here, and then the top control arm and shock. Okay, guys, final day. This is day 4. We're gonna be buttoning up the suspension. I think I lost some footage of me putting the brakes on, but there's plenty of resources out there for how to put on the disc brakes. All I had to do was, you remember me swapping this over right here, and then just putting the brakes on like normal with the rotor and everything. Make sure you have your e-brake down when you're trying to install them, because I had my e-brake on and I couldn't get one side on. So even if you already have one side on, it may spin if you have your e-brake on if you don't have the other side on. So make sure your e-brake's off when you're doing all that.
So just push it?
Yeah, just push it as best you can.
Push it.
Oh, yep, do that. Keep going. Okay, perfect, got it in.
Okay. Sir, yes.
Okay, so in order to get the rear trailing arm to go in, we had to jack up the suspension to get it at the right height, and then I just had him push on the car until it lined up and I could push the bolt through. So you might have to do some jank stuff like that to be able to get it to work. And the bolt goes in from the outside here, by the way, like you push it in this way. There's a little cutout on the dust shield for that. Grab the camera, grab the camera. Okay guys, little detour. We found a different seat in
Is that a Honda?
Is it
back
a
of
Honda
it?
seat? Back of it.
That's the front.
That's the front of it. There's nothing on the back.
Nothing? Anywhere on it? Anywhere? Look at the underside. It's cracked. It's a plastic pan.
We found a seat.
No clue what it's off of, but it'll be better than the Honda one on.
This engine's gonna be washed, so that's why I'm setting shit on it. Flares.
Yeah,
If anyone
for those that
in
don't
Macoupin
know.
County wants to buy this engine,
Shameless plug, dude.
a supercharged out of a GTP Series 3 3800. Last, I was running when I pulled it out of the car. Car's rusted out. It's over there.
Yapping.
Out there. I don't know if you can see it. In the ether.
You can see the back. There you go.
Yeah.
But for those that don't know, this is a Kawasaki KZ440 LTD.
Wait, I got this.
Right there.
Okay, wait, thumbnail.
Get the thumbnail.
For a different video.
Yeah.
And this is
This is not the correct seat.
Yeah, this is what we put on there.
This is a complete mock-up.
Wait, this can be it. Start of my Eclipse 3rd gen build.
Oh lord. Right now it has a
Look
sports.
at what those.
Yeah. Ooh.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Those
John,
didn't do that.
There's
did
a
they?
mouse house in there. It's
house.
hollow.
Okay, we're gonna try this seat on it now.
Yeah. It's got a Sportster tank, some CM 450 bars off of a Honda. It's got the original exhaust though.
Are you sure it doesn't go like that?
That's how it goes. This is the back of the seat.
Oh.
That's what I was saying, John.
Okay.
Ooh.
That is fat.
It'll be way more comfortable.
It kind of sits on there too. No, maybe not. Let me sit on it.
Yep.
Oh, I'm thugging. Oh, that is so comfortable actually. Just tough. Wait, turn on the fan so I get the wind in my hair.
No.
You're standing on boxes of parts. I'm pretty sure there's parts in there. Wait, not in there. But how was the hair flip? Okay, turn the fan.
Not good. Oh shoot. Yeah, I pulled this bike out of a barn.
Oh, I'm gonna buy it from him when I have money.
Pretty much.
Okay, back to this thing. Do you think it would be enough to just jack it from the knuckle? Would that count as?
Say that again for the camera.
Would that count as load?
Oh my god!
Upside down, bro.
Where'd he go?
Genius. He's on there. Okay, now that there is load on the suspension, we can start tightening up our suspension bolts on each bushing. You don't want to tighten up your bolts on bushings because otherwise they will fail prematurely if you tighten them before there's load. So now we're going to get our tools and do that. So, for all intents and purposes, this side is done. We still need to grease the sway bar end link, which we're going to do. But I'm going to finish up the other side, and then we'll get that taken care of. So guys, lubricate your bushings.
Spare 3
Now we're doing the other side for real. All right, guys, I've got him in here right now, and we're bleeding the brake. We're bleeding the brakes. All right, guys, we're bleeding the brakes right now. I've got him in there. He's pumping the pedal. I'll be opening this guy up. So you're good to go. Oh, so much brake fluid on me. All right, guys, with that done, now we're ready to put the wheels on. Get to see the disc brakes under there for the first time.
Famous YouTube. But the can that's broken has, dude. Damn. This Detroit. I'm an idiot. My hands are super. Door. Do they make aluminum doors for these?
The next generation had metal ones. I don't know.
No.
Maybe I did this. Wait, let's see. Okay, but that's one side. The toe is bad.
Yeah, it is.
All right, so right now we just greased the bushings for the sway bar and we're putting it back on. This would have been a lot easier to do out of the car, but you know, that's my bad. It's looking really good under here. Need to get these end links greased up, and then we'll be ready to fix the toe and take it on a test drive with the blown engine.
And
Okay, guys.
Good enough.
It's almost dark out, but look at that.
Pull the stand. Actually, don't pull the stand.
Yeah, you kind of need to, like, listen to that sound of disc brakes, baby. No, get in.
What? Oh.
Grease. So you don't need an interior for a test drive. Let's see if it'll start. Oh. It's not. Well, I'm just... Do you have jumper cables? I hope you guys enjoy and good luck with your eclipses, or thank you for watching this if it was for entertainment purposes. Like the video. Thank you guys.